Tov. I'm Shira Haas, and I am very happy to be at the rainy footsteps of the old walls of Jerusalem with you. Tonight, as so many struggle with isolation and separation, we come together in Jerusalem to celebrate what unites and connects us as Jews. Tonight, Jewish leaders from all over the world will sign a new declaration of the timeless values and principles we share as Jews. Tonight, we'll launch a new vision for our people, a renewed commitment to a collective action, a roadmap for the future, the declaration of our common destiny.
Many are talking about separation and suffering from the pain of division. We, the Jewish people, are coming together to renew our shared commitment to the ancient principles of mutual respect. Responsibility and love for the other we introduce to the world. To show appreciation for having a home of our own, a genuine sense of security and boundless opportunity for the first time in nearly 2,000 years. To embrace social justice and offer support to those who seek to cast off the shackles of tyranny and live peacefully with their neighbors. To give every Jew a voice and to temper the language we use in our age-old tradition of debate and discourse so we do not damage our collective identity. To celebrate the greatest gift of all, our right of self-determination and freedom to forge a unified path towards a better tomorrow. And to acknowledge that, so privileged, we must now responsibly and justly exercise that right, together as one, in unity, not uniformity. Our diversity is our strength, and in it, we will find the answers to these essential questions. Who are we? What do we want? How can we best serve each other and the entire world? We are the Jewish people. And tonight, we make a vow. Now, from the land of Israel and every corner of the Jewish world, to unite under one declaration, one core set of goals, one shared vision for our ancestors and their struggles, for our children and their futures, for the betterment of all humanity, for our common destiny.
Again, welcome and thank you all for tuning in from around the world. Tonight is celebration of connection and unity, of our diversity and of our strength. Together we celebrate that no matter where we live or what we believe, that each of us is valued, respected, and empowered to participate in Jewish life and decisions. Each one of us plays an important role in our destiny. I've personally seen this firsthand, and I know so many of you have as well. Whether you're here in Jerusalem or in New York City, London, Moscow, or Cape Town, we are all connected as one Jewish community. These days especially, when it is so easy to divide, reject, shun, we know that it's our diversity that makes us strong. And we share the common goal of making the world a better place, a value cherished by our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents as well. We started this global Jewish unity movement last year when an inspiring group of leaders and intellectuals from across the world came together to create a declaration of our common destiny. Please join me in welcoming our Common Destiny CEO, Sandy Carden.
A little more than a year ago, President ריבלין, I had the distinct honor of presenting you with the initial draft of the Declaration of Our Common Destiny, a document that serves as a powerful reminder of the values and principles all Jews share, regardless of their religious, national, or cultural identities. During your speech accepting the Declaration, which you called a potential roadmap for the Jewish future, you challenged us to allow the global Jewish community to review, discuss, and otherwise participate in its completion. Today, in the name of the founders and partners of Our Common Destiny, I come before you to report on the results of our efforts. We launched Our Common Destiny out of a love and concern for the entirety of the Jewish people and for the State of Israel. Like you and many others, we are committed to ensuring that global Jewry remains strong and united, bound together in the future as it has been in the past, by all that connects us. We are dedicated to making sure every Jew is valued as a member of our community and is empowered to take part in the building of our collective future. We want the Jewish people to enter into a new covenant, one in which the voice of every Jew is heard, and to embrace a new code of conduct in which we will always treat each other with the dignity and respect we deserve. To that end, we invited leaders and representatives of major Jewish organizations, rabbis and academics, community activists, student organizers, lay leaders, journalists, and others to review the declaration and share their perspectives, their experiences, and their hopes. Thanks to them and so many others, the Declaration has become a living document. We have witnessed an unprecedented example of crowdsourcing of Jewish thought, Jewish experience, and Jewish peoplehood across all national, religious, and cultural identities. Over 130,000 Jews from every corner of the Jewish world participated in our survey, providing their insight to the priorities of the global Jewish community. Supporting us in this task were the enlightened leadership of more than 100 of the largest and most influential international, national, and regional Jewish organizations in the world, representing a wide range of Jewish communities. Without them, we could never have achieved our goal. Of course, our work this past year has been made much more complicated and challenging because of COVID-19. We also suffered two major setbacks in the tragic death of our friend and leader, Ilya Salita, and the heartbreaking loss of our beloved advisory board member, Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sachs. We continue our work, strengthened by their exemplary lives and in their memory. Now that the drafting of the Declaration of Our Common Destiny is complete, we are confident it will shape how the Jewish people relate, empower, and engage with one another now and for generations to come. We also believe it will enable us to accomplish great things together. Jewish unity has always found its expression in Jewish efforts for a common good. Our Common Destiny welcomes all efforts to encourage dialogue and establish a permanent official connection between Jews in Israel and Jews in the diaspora, including the ideas recently expressed by Minister Yankelevich and MK Tehila Friedman. In large part, this new emphasis on connecting all Jews to each other is due to you, President ריבלין. You have long implored our people to search for ways to strengthen the ties that bind us all. At his first inauguration as President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson said, "Every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. Unity does not mean unanimity. We all have a right to our opinions. What the Jewish people share are core values and beliefs that have held us together for millennia and have the power to do so for many more. We must not, and we will not, fall prey to the forces that seek to divide us." I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all our partners and supporters, and especially to you, Mr. President, and to you, Minister Yankelevich, to our scholars, to the members of our International Advisory Board, and above all, to all those thousands upon thousands of Jews from all over the world who answered the call of our common destiny. Toda Rabbah, and we will not let you down. Chag Sameach.
Thank you, Sandy. Let us join together to renew a covenant for our people and declare our common destiny.
Brazil,
Argentina,
Curacao,
England,
Россия,
Deutschland,
Belava,
La France,
México.
Kardan gelmemize bakmayalım.
un pueblo.
Wir sind ein Volk.
One people.
Met de Verenigde Stimmen.
We are gedood.
Together.
Ми можемо збудувати.
A strong Jewish future.
Our common destiny.
Our common destiny.
Our common destiny.
Our common destiny.
Almost 3 years ago, international business leader, investor, and philanthropist Michael Friedman shared a vision of unity for the Jewish people. He said we need to maintain a balance and a vital interaction between Jews in Israel and in the diaspora. All the Jews who live in our time bear this responsibility. He inspired us all, and so I am especially excited to introduce Genesis Philanthropy Group co-founder, Michael Friedman.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, when my colleagues and I began our Jewish philanthropic efforts 13 years ago, we set ourselves a limited goal to help Jews who, like us, were born in the former Soviet Union reconnect with their Jewish identity, reclaim their cultural and spiritual legacy, and find their place both in the long chain of our history as a people and in the Jewish world of today. As often happens with new endeavors, we learned a lot on our way and expanded our work to include a broader range of geographies and issues in the Jewish world. The challenge of Jewish unity is perhaps the most difficult, but certainly one of the most important. While Jewish communities around the globe battle COVID, we are also plagued by another disease which began long before the pandemic and shows no signs of recovery. This ailment of discord, of conflict, of ever-shrinking common ground threatens the very survival of Jewish peoplehood. I fear that for the first time we are facing the real risk of losing the meaning of the basic tenet of our existence, mutual responsibility. Our past tragedies and anti-Semitic enemies cannot be the sole basis of our sense of peoplehood. If we cannot reroot Jewish unity in the present, we cannot hope that our children will be able to uphold it in the future. This is our task, a necessary ingredient for all of our other hopes and dreams as a people. There is no miracle drug or clever vaccine for the pandemic of alienation and indifference between Jews in Israel and Jews in diaspora, between various Jewish communities, movements, denominations, and generations. The only true cure for it can and should be our common will, our mutual effort to turn the tide and to come together, to prioritize common ground and joint action, to actively seek and build our future as a united people for the sake of the generations to come. This is what our common destiny is all about. This is why I believe in it. It began as all great Jewish endeavors begin, with a text. The declaration of our common destiny, shaped by some of the most creative and dedicated Jewish minds of our time, polished by the collective wisdom and input of many Jews around the world, is a roadmap for shared future. It is inspiring and inclusive. Yet it is still just that, a declaration of intent. Being a businessman, I know the good intentions are not enough. To bear fruit, they must become deeds. Those who sign the declaration, today, tomorrow, and in the future, sign a contract with themselves and with our people. This contract must be fulfilled through action. a determined effort to improve our unity, to find new ways to help and contribute to each other, to learn from each other, to listen, really listen to each other. New ways of thinking and new forums are needed to create a true partnership between the Jewish state and the rest of the Jewish world. I hope and believe that leaders of our people all around the globe will rise to the occasion, and I am encouraged by the example of our partner in this initiative, Minister of Diaspora Affairs, Ms. Omer Yankelevich, as well as the many activists, thinkers, public officials, and community leaders who have supported the mission and vision of our common destiny. I also want to express my special gratitude to President ריבלין for his unflinching commitment to the unity of our tribe. We would not be here today without his vision and support. I wish us all success as we work toward our goal, a strong, prosperous, united, and eternal Jewish people. Thank you, and Hag Hanukkah Sameach.
The declaration of our common destiny seeks to establish a shared set of values and priorities that will serve as a universal language for dialogue and cooperation for the Jewish world. It seeks to establish a new harmony, as happens with another universal language, music. And so I am very thrilled to share with you Israel's own Idan Reichel, singing with Grammy-winning singer-songwriter Jess Glynn her hit song, I'll Be There.
When all the tears are rolling down your face, feels like yours is the only heart to break. And when you come back home and all the lights are out, and you're getting used to no one else being around. Oh, I'll be there. When you need a little love, I got a little love to share. Yeah, I'm gonna come through. You'll never be alone. I'll be there for you. I'll be there, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, I'll be there for you. Oh, I swear, I got enough love for two. Never be alone, I'll be there for you.
When it's Friday night and the drink don't work the same, you're alone with yourself and there's no one else to blame. When you still can feel the rhythm of your heart, and you see your spirit fading in the dark.
Oh, I'll be there. When you need a little love, I got a little love to share. Yeah, I'm gonna come through. You'll never be alone, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, I'll be there for you. I'll be there, yeah, I'll be there for you. Oh, I swear, yeah, I got enough love for two. Never be alone, I'll be there for you. When you're lost down the river, I'll be there. When you're lost in the darkness, I'll be there. I'll be there when your heart is breaking. Never be alone, be there for you.
Thank you, Idan and Jess, for this moving and fantastic performance. Our Common Destiny is grateful for the support of Israeli political leaders. Thank you to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, alternate Prime Minister and Minister of Defense Benny Gantz, and Knesset member Naftali Bennett for your participation.
זה יום חשוב, כי ביום הזה אנחנו חותמים על מגילת העם היהודי, שזינק בדורות האחרונים מגאיות ההריגה לפסגות התקומה. כי בזכות הישגינו הכבירים, הפכנו את ישראל לכוח משמעותי בין האומות. העוצמה שאנחנו מטפחים בשיטתיות, בביטחון, בכלכלה, ביחסי החוץ, במדע, בטכנולוגיה, בתרבות. העוצמה הזאת מקרבת אלינו מדינות רבות, ובד בבד היא זוקפת את קומתם של יהודים בכל מקום. אינני מעלים עין מן האתגרים. יש עדיין תופעות מסוכנות של גזענות ואנטישמיות. אנחנו מחויבים להיאבק בהן בנחישות ולא מורא. אבל האור לאין שיעור גדול מן החושך. אם נמשיך לדבוק במדיניות שהתווינו לביצור כוחה של ישראל, נביא עוד הישגים, עוד בריתות שלום, עוד שגשוג וגאווה לנו ולאחיותינו בחוץ לארץ.
חג החנוכה מסמל את סיפור הייעוד המשותף שאותו אנחנו מציינים היום. את דאגתנו הנצחית לאחינו ואחיותינו, את ההבנה שאנחנו קשורים אחד לשני, את נכונותנו לפעול למען הגורל המשותף של כולנו. אני גאה לעמוד כאן היום עם השקת המיזם החשוב הזה שהובילו יחד במסירות ובמחויבות גדולה קרן ג'נסיס ומשרד התפוצות בראשותה של שרת התפוצות חברת הכנסת עומר ינקלביץ' ובחסותו של נשיא מדינת ישראל. התוצר של העבודה שלכם, העבודה המאומצת שלכם, המגילה עליה אנחנו חותמים היום, מבקשת להדגיש את דרכנו המשותפת. דרך של מאבק באנטישמיות, של דאגה לכל יהודי באשר הוא, ושל מאבק למען הלכידות שלנו. דרך של שותפות לקידום הזהות היהודית על שלל גווניה ועל עשיית הטוב ושל תיקון עולם. נוסיף לצעוד בדרך הזו ולפעול מתוך מחויבות עמוקה לייעוד המשותף שלנו, שעכשיו גם היטבנו להגדירו בכתובים. רק כך נגרש את החושך ונרבה את האור.
Judaism has many innovations, but I guess the centerpiece of Judaism is meaning, mashmaut, meaning. For many years, we in Israel viewed you Jews abroad as a source for aliyah or as a wallet to raise funds. But we're strong today. Of course we'd want all of you to make aliyah. Make no mistake, this is your home. But even if you don't make aliyah, this is your home. And on the wallet thing, I think we're going to be okay. Now we need to work together, learn from you, listen to you, and vice versa. And we Israelis are not always the best listeners. Let's not boycott each other on a personal basis, one party towards another. That's what we did 2,000 years ago when we lost our home. Contentious debates, of course. That's what we Jews are all about. But boycotts? No. We're one people, and we're going to stay one people. Chag Chanukah Sameach.
We would be remiss in celebrating the Jewish diaspora without acknowledging Israel's own Minister of Diaspora Affairs, Omer Yankelevich, who has a special message to share with us tonight.
Judaism is many minds, one heart. These are the words of Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, Zichrono Livracha, in a message he sent to the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs only several months before his passing. When we began the journey to create our common destiny, our starting point was the many minds. That is the great diversity of the Jewish people. is not an only reality to be accepted, but a strength to be embraced. Under the leadership of President ריבלין, the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs, and Genesis Philanthropy Group, thought leaders representing the many minds of the Jewish people developed a clear collective vision of our common destiny. In the past year, we worked to transform the original document into a global Jewish movement. Despite the hardships of COVID-19, over 100,000 Jews from around the world shared input and ideas, while dozens of leading organizations from across the spectrum joined us as partners in this journey. Now, it is our responsibility to turn it into action. The Ministry of Diaspora Affairs is already using them to drive our mission. Dear friends, tonight's ceremony marks the end of one phase in this journey and the beginning of the next one. I invite everyone who feels this beating Jewish heart to join us in turning this declaration into plan of action. I want to thank President ריבלין and Mr. Michael Friedman, Mrs. Marina Yodovrovsky and Mr. Sandy Cardin, Mrs. Dalit Golander of Genesis Philanthropy Group for being our partners in this effort. I am confident that together, we can lead the way to common destiny for the Jewish people. Thank you. Toda rabba.
Thank you, Minister Yankelevich, for your words, hard work, and tireless leadership in strengthening the bonds between Jews in the diaspora and the State of Israel. There are many examples of this, but tonight, let's look at just one of them. Our common destiny is about bringing in a brighter future built upon Jewish values. One of these values, enshrined in the Declaration, is Tikkun Olam. Jewish people working together to improve our world for the benefit of all humanity. Across the globe, Jews share the vision for a better world and a responsibility to the broader community. Shalom Corp helps to bring this vision into reality.
"64% of service organizations say that they can't offer volunteer opportunities because of lack of funds. Shalom Corps is on a mission to change that.
We are a global Jewish volunteer movement, and we are dedicated to humanitarian activism.
We believe that meaningful volunteer service advances social responsibility, and it helps us understand and accept one another.
We're activists,
artists,
leaders, and learners.
And we may have different identities and backgrounds,
but together we are committed to make goodness go global.
Today, nearly half of the world's population lives in poverty.
Over 800 million people don't have enough food to eat.
Over 750 million people lack access to clean drinking water and sanitation.
These are just some of the issues that Shalom Corps is dedicated to tackling through people-to-people community service.
Service that's grounded in Jewish values.
Here's how we do it. We're looking for organizations that want to join us in fulfilling our mission.
We're providing millions of dollars worth of grants to help our partner organizations scale up their number of Jewish volunteers.
We want to help organizations grow by helping them better represent and market themselves.
We'll shape immersive service programs for Jewish volunteers.
And provide the technical and financial support to our partner organizations so that they can create systemic change and nurture the identities of young Jewish adults.
We'll create a network of organizations and alumni that push each other forward.
Collaboration is growth.
And together, we'll create a world Jewish volunteer movement that inspires activism. Let's do it.
Tonight, our journey comes full circle as we celebrate our common destiny by returning the declaration shaped by Jews worldwide, back where it all began, to President ריבלין. You inspired us and me personally, Mr. President, by reminding us that we are stronger because of our diversity, that we all have a voice in shaping our common destiny. It is my great privilege to hand over the broadcast from here in the old city of Jerusalem to the house of the President of the State of Israel, President ראובן רובי ריבלין.
עשור לאחר הקמת המדינה, פנה ראש הממשלה הראשון, דוד בן גוריון, ל50 מגדולי העולם היהודי, וביקש את חוות דעתם בשאלה מיהו יהודי. הוא פנה למלומדים ולתלמידי החכמים מישראל, צרפת, ארצות הברית, אמריקה הדרומית, אנגליה וכל רחבי אירופה. הוא פנה אליהם כי הוא האמין שסוד שמירת שרשרת הדורות אינו נחלת תושבי ישראל בלבד. השמירה על הגחלת היהודית המאירה והבוערת היא בידי יהודים שנמצאים בכל העולם. איש איש וקהילתו, איש איש והמסורת שלו, כל אחד בדרכו. יוזמי מגילת הייעוד המשותף מבקשים להגיש לעם היהודי אמנה שתהווה בסיס לשיח עם ריבוי דעות וריבוי פנים. לעם היהודי גוונים אין ספור, ובמידה רבה המגוון העשיר הזה הוא מה שמייחד אותנו כל כך. אך יחד עם זאת, יש לנו הרבה מאוד מכנה משותף, שהופך אותנו, את כולנו, לרקמה אנושית אחת גדולה, אבל לא די במכנה משותף. אנחנו צריכים גם לחפש ייעוד משותף. חג החנוכה, ובזמן שאפלה כבדה, אפלת הקורונה, עופפת את העולם, אנחנו מבקשים להאיר את החזון ואת המטרה שמתווים את דרכו של העם היהודי קדימה. אנחנו מציגים אמנה שמביעה את הערכים שמאפיינים אותנו כעם, ושלאורם אנחנו מבקשים לצעוד. ערכים של ערבות, של שמירת מורשת, הערכית והאינטלקטואלית, של ארון הספרים היהודי, של האנושיות, של החדשנות, של תיקון עולם. כמו נרות החנוכה, גם מגילת הייעוד המשותף הנמצאת כאן לידינו, נועדה להאיר את רשות הרבים בעולם היהודי. המגילה לא תשים סוף למחלוקות בינינו, אבל תעצב את הזירה שבה יתנהל השיח. אני רוצה להודות לג'נסיס פילנתרופי גרופ, לעומדים בראש הקרן, לך שרת התפוצות ולמשרד התפוצות, ולכל מי שלקח חלק במיזם חשוב ומכונן זה, ולאחל לכלל השותפים ולכלל הקהילות היהודיות באשר הם, חג חנוכה שמח. Dear brothers and sisters, from Jerusalem, the heart of the nation, I call upon all our brothers and sisters in Israel and around the world to respond to this call for unity, for dialogue, for mutual responsibility, what we call in Hebrew, ערבות הדדית. I call upon you to join us in this dialogue, which is based on mutual respect, goodwill, and the search for common ground and common destiny to do good for the Jewish people and the whole world. Chanukah Sameach. Happy Chanukah, and God bless all of you.
Each of us brings something unique and special to the table, including, of course, our strong opinions, and we are deeply passionate about the issues we care about. The declaration is a reflection of this. Hundreds of thousands of people have participated in this declaration of our common destiny. Now, here we are, illuminating the old city walls with those signatures. We're showing the world that we can come together as one united movement.
President ריבלין has called it a roadmap for the Jewish future. The declaration of our common destiny reflects deeply held values and bedrock principles that bind the Jewish people together. Already, tens of thousands of Jews around the world have lent their voice to the declaration as a contract with all Jewish people to create a shared destiny out of mutual respect, goodwill, and the search for common ground. Tonight, President ריבלין will make it official. The declaration of our common destiny shows a path forward for global Jewish unity.
In these dark and trying times, we must strengthen each other. You are not alone. You are seen and you are heard. On behalf of our common destiny, thank you for inviting us into your homes for this celebration of unity and strength. I'm wishing you all a very, very happy Hanukkah wherever you are. Toda rabba, Chag Sameach, and here, once again, עידן רייכל.
לא לפחד להתאהב שישבר הלב, לא לפחד בדרך לאבד, לקום כל בוקר ולצאת אל החיים ולנסות הכל לפני שיגמר, לחפש מאיפה באנו ולחזור בסוף תמיד להתחלה, למצוא בכל דבר עוד יופי ולרקוד עד שנופלים מעייפות או אהבה, מכל הרגעים בזמן למצוא אחד לאחוז בו, להגיד שהגענו, תמיד לזכור לרגע לעצור ולהודות על מה שיש ומאיפה שבאנו, לחבק אותה בלילה כשהיא נרדמת אז כל העולם נרגע, לנשום אותה עמוק לדעת שתמיד אני אהיה שם בשבילה. Your heart break even if you lose it all along the way. And when you wake up in the morning and you live your life, don't be afraid to go and seize the day. Always searching where you came from, always winding up where you had just begun, to find the beauty in it all, and then you dance till you collapse because you know you found the one. Don't sit and let your life pass by. You find those moments in time where you leave an impression. And don't forget to stop and recognize and realize all that you've learned from life's lessons. To hold her close to me at night time. When she's sleeping, the whole world just disappears. To breathe her deeply in the moonlight and to know for her I'll always be right here. כל הרגעים בזמן למצוא אחד לאחוז בו, להגיד שהגענו, תמיד לזכור לרגע לעצור ולהודות על מה שיש ומאיפה שבאנו, לחבק אותה בלילה כשהיא נרדמת אז כל העולם נרגע, לנשום אותה עמוק לדעת שתמיד אני אהיה שם בשבילה.